Tonight we gonna get it cracking. We got special guests. Make sure you get ready. It's gonna be an amazing show tonight. All right, we tuning in. We tuning in. Lucky, where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Yeah, baby. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Thank you, DJ Shadow, for that wonderful mix. What's up with you?
Ain't nothing. I'm cool. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing
Hello.
good. I'm doing good. We are missing our beautiful co-host T Gray. She couldn't be with us tonight, but she is with us in spirit. So thank you for actually giving me the opportunity to kind of head the show, because usually you're doing so great at it. So we're definitely going to miss you tonight. Again, thank you for Bliss FM. That is the station that powers us. Make sure y'all check us out on iHeartRadio. Be sure to also check us out on Roku, 7 on demand, 8 o'clock every Wednesday. We are there. And don't forget to log into our Studio 202 DC page. Also, give us a like, thumbs up on the Illustrate Radio. We're on YouTube. Dad, we're just everywhere. We're everywhere. So make sure y'all Google us and look us up. So we have a really super dope guest. We got a great show coming up for y'all tonight. We have a super duper guest, which is one of somebody who's very near and dear to my heart. My sister, the sauce boss, my personal chef, and CEO of Bonafide Sauces. So tonight is going to be an awesome show. But before we get into all that, let me take my earpiece out for one. Got AirPods in. Okay. Anyway, before we get into that, we're going to get into my segment, which is Just My Luck. So it was just my luck that I ran into, I came across Chris Dredd's post that was about love, and how love is so important to growth and so many things that affect us in our lives, our relationships and everything like that. And I was explaining to someone to have understanding for someone else who doesn't have the privilege of having a lot of relationships in her life, from experiencing intimacy on multiple different levels outside of the love that she has for her son. And sometimes we bring those things into professional or professional situations, and it affects how we think, how we act, even if we genuinely mean well. So I actually wanted to read a quick segment from that, because I just thought it was a super, super dope post. And Chris just is one of my favorite people anyway. But it reads, and this is his words verbatim: I think every human being in this world should experience someone honoring them, someone loving them more than anything in the world. Imagine going through life never feeling like a person who has been loved by someone more than anything in this world. Not having is missing a crucial piece in experience of being a human being. And although at times we take someone's love for granted, it's such an enchanting feeling to know someone puts you above all. Just imagine for a second, never experiencing love at all. We'd probably crumble. Imagine a person who's been homeless for the majority of their life. Imagine not experiencing true friendship or intimacy or the love of family and children. It's an actual frightening concept. And he's not saying that every person, this is the same way for every person that is homeless. Everyone loving everyone just seems to be impossible in this realm. We probably ascend to heaven all at once. And I'm going to read that again. Everyone loving everyone just seems to be impossible in this realm. We probably all ascend to heaven at once. And that right there is all about frequency. But I'm going to continue to read because I want you all to get all of this. And then the polarity of it. What if not having love is to know true peace? After all, love is connectivity. To not be connected in a sense is peace. Once you experience love, hate can now be created in the mind because it needs an opposition to exist in order for us to be aware of it. If it is always warm outside and cold didn't exist, we probably wouldn't go around using the word warm to describe the weather. But the fact that we live in a world set up to have us work with more differences than constants, It's what makes life exciting, and that gives us life to work for something. But the one thing that remains free and easy to achieve almost effortlessly is the one thing people need the most, but do not have enough of, which is love. And that is Christian. Wow. I literally hung on to every word that he was saying because I was just literally trying to get someone to understand that because this person doesn't experience love on multiple levels, they don't know how to react or how to differentiate emotions because they're not used to feeling certain things. Love is a vital part of our growth. And in a time like a tumultuous time like now, love is really the most important thing. So I know y'all always hear me preach about it and talk about it all the time, but I really want you all to understand that we have to love one another more. And I want you all to try to love on yourself more. I want you to try to love on your children more, your family members, your friends. Trying to just add the word in your honor. That word means a lot to me because it's not about it. It's more than loyalty. Honoring someone is more than loyalty because people who are loyal to you can still stab you in the back and hurt you. But honoring someone is meaning I'm holding you up to the highest regard. And that is a beautiful feeling. And I feel like everyone needs to experience that and allow themselves to experience that even by honoring yourself. So shout out to Krista Ed for that word. I appreciate getting your permission to use it, and we cannot wait to have you on the show.
Nice.
I was gonna say, what do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be bouncing off of you a little bit more than usual because yeah, that was super deep, right? I was actually kind of shaking even just reading it because I just felt like I wanted to make sure I gave his words justice, you know? But y'all make sure y'all follow Christian on Facebook and Instagram. But let's get into this hot take. So Lizzo got a boyfriend now, y'all. Oh, it's really new, but I'm really happy for her because, you know, everybody deserves love. And that is a great segue into what we're talking about now. But let me get into the story. I know I usually print out everything, but I did not do that today. So y'all bear with me, okay? I had a lot going on. So I'm going to be reflecting back because the guy's name is, he's a Michigan rapper, BFB the Pac-Man. Now, maybe you can find him so you can play him for me because I'm not really good with names, but I'm definitely good with sounds and something like that. He's an up-and-coming comedian and rapper, which is really good. They said it's still early, but the two make a very, very, very cute couple. First off, they both have extremely outgoing personalities. Like I said, I don't know him personally, but I know Lizzo definitely does. They make you just feel like warm, safe, and I'm really proud of them. So their initial interaction, they have been constantly FaceTiming each other and they're waiting for their first in-person date. Hold up, wait, pause. I didn't get to that part of the story. Okay, they said once the two gets tested, I guess they're separating for right now because of COVID. I don't know about that, but the pair is hoping to consummate, they making it seem like they just got married, consummate their relationship and have a real life date. So Lizzo's real name, which I didn't know, is Melissa Vivian Jefferson. Well, that's such an outstanding name. And she's also a singer-songwriter and flutist. So born in Detroit, Michigan, she moved to Houston, Texas, where she began performing before moving to Minneapolis, where she began recording her first career. Anyway, shout out to Lizzo. I'm very, very proud of you. You're doing your thing. You got your coconut oil that was released in 2016. You got your music, and you're still doing your songwriting. So shout out to you, Lizzo. Everybody deserves love. You know, everybody deserves love. And I feel like this show tonight is going to be all about just reciprocating love because Megan Thee Stallion showing love too. She just made, she's teaming up with Fashion Nova to do like $1 million giveaway to women. Actually, I guess this is in light of, I don't know if it's for Women History Month, but Fashion Nova is one of my favorite brands. They have been doing a lot for the movement and the culture, and they tend to always use someone who is influential as well to along with it to help promote the business and everything like that. So the Savage Sensation has teamed up with official Fashion Nova, with whom she is creating her own clothing line, and encourage interested applicants to sign up for the Women on Top initiative. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Fashion Nova and I are excited to announce Women on Top, a new female empowerment initiative that will give away $1 million in grants and scholarships over the course of this month, to women entrepreneurs, female students, women-owned businesses. I'm gonna make sure I apply, and women-focused charities. Shoot, yeah, that's this. We can both apply because since he's sweet, we need that.
Oh,
Each recipient will receive $25,000 or more to invest into their future endeavor, and highlighting incredible women in organizations day. That is so super dope. To kick off the program, it is in their honor to give the first $25,000 recipient organization close to her heart, which is the YWCA. She explained that the YWCA is a program called Center for Women, which help homeless women and girls advance through life and career by providing much needed housing and resources. Make sure to check back in there on fashionnova.com/cares to hear about the other inspiring women and organizations doing very, very great things like Megan Thee Stallion and Fashion Nova herself. I love it. I'm so here for it. Super, super dope. Make sure. All right, y'all. Like I said, bear with me. We here though. Okay, we here.
You ready to bring your guest
So what do you
on?
think about
She's ready.
I was about to say, well, not yet. Just like the guest will come on at 9 after you're not ready, not just yet. We gonna bring her in. But I gotta ease it on there. Matter of fact, I need to get my glass of wine. So I'm really. Can you get me my glass of wine?
Okay.
My throat a little parched. There you go. Thank you.
Okay. I think that Fashion Nova is doing an amazing job. I had some negative feelings about them at first, but I'm glad that they teamed up with Megan. I'm glad that they're doing what they're doing. Shout out all the women who are really putting in work, whether you're in school, whether you have your business, whether it's just motherhood. We all have a lot of struggles that sometimes get unnoticed. And I know a lot of women get discouraged, but don't get discouraged. Keep pushing, because God has a plan for you. And you'll get there. You'll get there in due time. It doesn't happen overnight, but you'll get there. So yeah, shout out Fashion Nova and Megan for doing that. That's dope.
Yeah, and I also love the fact that Fashion Nova also pairs up with a lot of influencers to help build their brands and stuff like that. If you have over, I think, 30,000 followers, Fashion Nova, 30,000 or 50,000 followers, or something to that realm, Fashion Nova is willing to work with you to also, you can become a brand ambassador, get some free clothes. You can also do that for a lot of local Black-owned businesses as well. A lot of women-owned businesses are looking for some brand ambassadors. So y'all, shout out to Fashion Nova for going ahead to continue the way of supporting the community and everyone and their demographic in general. That's what's up. Okay, so the next great story is, since this is Women History Month, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it flowing with the women history. Cardi B is the first female rapper to earn a diamond single for Bodak Yellow. Go ahead, Cardi. It went 9 times platinum in 2019, reaching the exclusive diamond status less than 2 years later. The single powered Cardi into an invasion of privacy debut, where every song on the album is at least full. I'm not even gonna hold you. At first, I was against it a little bit in the whole wave of Cardi. I was never against her as a person, but just the thottiness of everything that was going along with it. But I'm not gonna hold you. Cardi is very much about her business. I love the fact that she's such a boss and she's bossed up. And I'm very, very, very proud of her. Despite some of the things that I may not agree with morally, I feel as though Certain parts of her character are there, and fashion wise, music wise, even she's doing a little bit of acting and songwriting. All of those things are amazing. So shout out to you, Cardi, because you deserve that. And that album, I'm Not Gonna Hold You, was on repeat. And I was ratchet and a Tatiana in my back seat, just go ahead and twerking it
All day.
doing something
All day.
to change. You know what I'm saying? All day. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was a thug. I felt like I was empowered, like I was a boss.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell me that.
Yes.
Little bit. You can what shit? All of that. Rachacito. You see what I'm saying? But she does it with so much poise, and I love her personality. It's so big and it's so beautiful. So shout out to you. Super, super dope. So Swiss and Timberland decide to sell Versus to I think a company called Thriller. Let me make sure that that's correct because I want to say that now I know what I'm talking about, but I kind of don't. Yeah,
Triller.
It's Triller. So Triller is Triller. Remember the Triller app that is actually a very smart move on TikTok. Yeah, I was about to say Triller was the first TikTok, but now that makes a lot of sense as to why they need the boost. They need Versus technically, and the good thing is now that Triller is now handed over. Versus is now handed over to Triller. Timberland and Swiss, they both have their very large stakeholders in the company, along with most of the 42 artists that appeared on the Versus series.
Right.
So they're now also stakeholders in the company as well. And I really do hope, not to exclude anybody, but y'all excluded my people off the cover, so I want to make sure they get included on the stakeholders. Bujo and Bontin, make sure set them get that copy. And them have a stake and because they always trying to play us to the left, but really it wouldn't be a rap culture without the Caribbean culture. And the Caribbean culture, what I'm talking about, is Jamaica. So black to that. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing as well. Shout out to Versus and Timberland. They just recently announced it. So again, it was on Apple, but I see why Triller did that. That was very much a tough move, and good thing that they're actually large stakeholders and everything like that.
Right.
So, yeah, we're gonna get into this mix in just about a second. But before we do, I want to know what your opinion is on them selling Versus to Triller. And what are your thoughts? Because like I said, I think it's a chess move.
I think it's a good idea. I just hope that, like you said, everybody gets their fair share. I've read about Tidal and how Jay-Z automatically had made sure that when he sold it, that each, I asked whatever, 16 people that I guess were under it, all got at least like 8-9 million. Okay, so that's like feeding the team. So I hope that Wiz and Timberland did something of the sort so that everybody can eat in the same sense under that umbrella because they all worked for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like they said most 42. I wish we could say all 42 because that would be a very, very, very good move. I don't know about Nelly because I felt like nobody watched that Versus. But yeah. And I didn't even know about the D'Angelo. No one told me. Who else was he against?
Yeah.
It was D'Angelo in music?
But D'Angelo was almost kind of disappointing because everybody was looking forward to it. And I was like, you would think that he would have a live band, and he didn't even have a live band. So it was like, oh, boo.
Not everybody. I thought we had a live band.
I want a live band.
Versus?
I don't know, but it's D'Angelo.
Yeah, because he's neo soul, and it just brings that vibe. You want to get how does it feel? This man had on a chinchilla. I didn't know what else the fuck he was wearing.
Oil.
I just clothes underneath the chinchilla. We don't need to see that. We want the V. Where was the V? I didn't. The V was not present, and I couldn't even follow him for real. To be honest, I love neo soul music. Do not get me wrong, but I definitely could not follow anything. I felt like it was like an ad lib, singing in and out type of thing, and then I was no longer interested in even watching. But I know that they're old. Sometimes you run out of breath. Like they get up there now, so I get it. I didn't even get to music's part at all. Like I said, I was in 30 seconds in, and I was 30 seconds out. So that was another Nelly Ludacris situation. But go ahead and let's get into this mix, and then I'm gonna bring my sister on in, whether she likes it or not. Let's bring it. I should keep playing with
me. This is just for her too. This is just for her. We getting into it. You already know what it is. Let's get into it just a moment. And this. Hold on. Don't do that. You in my business. Don't do that. Lucky, back to you, baby.
Hey, DJ, stiletto.
We ain't. Again, this is Illustrated Radio. Okay. She got a smile. Hey. Look.
Can't hear you. Look, I can't hear you.
It was muted.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Had to fix it. Yeah, my bad. It was muted. Anyway, I said yes. Thank you for that mix because I was in the shop. I was like, they actually can't give me. I said I wanted 10 minutes. 10 minutes. But thank you. I appreciate it. It was lit. Okay, so my guest is my beautiful sister, my personal chef for so many years, someone that is near and dear to my heart and also annoys me the most, and the only Virgo outside of my mother that I absolutely love. My sauce boss herself, Bonafide Sauces. Welcome to the show.
Everyone, and I want to say the feelings.
She means the annoying part, okay? Okay, she means the annoying part. So we have Bonafide Sauces with us, and I want her to really tell it because I have a feeling that I technically sometimes take over the conversation, and I like to give enthusiasm to other people's story, but I feel like it's more heartfelt when it comes from the person themselves. So give us a little bit of insight on how you initially got started and where did Bonafide Sauces originate from? Like what was
how much time we got?
We got
an hour, 2 hours?
No, we ain't got an hour, 2 hours, but we got like 10, 15 minutes though.
Okay, so I mean, culinary and food industry has been in my family for many years. But being the eldest of two siblings.
The second oldest technically, because our other sister, she's the oldest.
Yes, but being the oldest in the house, especially from a Caribbean household, a lot of responsibilities are placed on the first one. Mm-hmm. So I learned, it was kind of like a gift that I was forced to learn, but I learned it well. With my grandmother heavily into being a pastry chef, my mom, a great Caribbean cook. And then I have my aunt, Lorraine Washington, who created Rasta Pasta, by the way.
Yeah, Rasta Pasta was started with us. Black red, you see.
She also helped influence a lot of my international love for food. So just getting into everything and just knowing and just tasting and sampling. I've always had a knack for flavors. I think I'm gifted with the palate.
Yes, her palate is beautiful, y'all.
So I can Keisha and my brother Mike will always give me little things. Oh, taste this. See, you can make it taste like that. And
yeah, she's famous. No, she makes dishes better. So yeah, I will never forget. We went to Gold Star. Mm-hmm. In the Bronx, and they have this bomb ass garlic shrimp. Gold Star is still open to this day. but my sister's garlic butter shrimp is 10 times better than theirs. So we tasted it and we tasted it and we felt so in love with it. And we was like, I bet you can't get this, because they had all the right peppers. It wasn't oily.
Like Gold Star.
Gold Star is a really good Caribbean Jamaican restaurant. So if you're ever in the Bronx, make sure you check them out. And Gold Star, y'all owe me some money for this free promo that I'm giving y'all. Over 27 countries on Roku. Okay. Anyway, so we got her to replicate the dish, and she did it like better. She was famous for always doing things like that. Like our neighbor used to make pilau, right? And she remade the dish, and then what ended up happening? Everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was like one summer vacation. Like everybody would come and give me their allowance. And I was like 16. I just got my driver's license, and every Thursday I was going to the grocery store for the whole neighborhood. And it was crazy, like making biscuits and sausages and pilau. It was a big pot of pilau every Friday.
Yeah, and shout out to Demetria. She kept her well employed with the pilau dishes.
And cookie.
And cookie, yeah. So along with that, so you have bona fide sauces. What was the start of that? Like, where did that pop out of from? Because like, to make your sauces are immaculate, by the way. So you do an array of things, and you go ahead and give us a little bit of insight about that. But how did it like originally get started? Where did the idea for bona fide sauces come from?
Well, I've always had a thing for doing sauces and just complimenting, meals. But originally, bona fide sauces is going to be a restaurant. We're going to work on it. But when Corona came, I decided to now focus on a product that didn't really have a lot of overhead with it. So therefore, it just made it that much more marketable. At the time, I just didn't feel comfortable going into a brand new restaurant. It was like right in March. I think I registered my business for the restaurant like about February. Started looking for places in March, and then we got shut down. And I was like, pump the brakes. This is about, I got a backup plan. I'm about to focus on these products real quick and watch how things progress from there. And out came bona fide sauces, and I started just making a bunch of sauces, giving them out to friends, families, and whatever stranger would feel comfortable taking food from somebody on the mask. And they would just get a bunch of samples and just tasting them, and went from there. And I think about that. I started doing sampling in about March, and I launched my website in May. I did sampling in about February. And I lost I started my website about May, and it's just been growing from there. So it's just
talking about growth and growing. First, before I get into that, I want to say that starting a business, people don't understand how much time and effort and energy and thoughts and planning and saving and everything goes into it.
Yes.
If you could give any kind of advice to someone starting a business, just overall period, because launching a website, y'all, I have been trying to do that for so long. And I know y'all gonna say, I got the guru in my house, but that just goes to show you my procrastination level. So then I'm all over the place. I'm a Gemini, so I got a lot of things going on in my head, a lot of things going on at the tip of my fingers. But if there's any advice that you can give to anyone starting a business, or what would it be?
I would say organization, especially if you're starting a business while you're trying to raise your family, or you're working 9 to 5. You have to get organized. Like, I was organized before Pepper Seed.
She's a living, breathing organizer. Okay.
I would just schedule my showers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna take a shower.
And before we had phones, she would have a list in her hand. Like
daily list. I had a goals list for overall, and then a list for the day, and then a daily list,
and then exactly what she was going to do. Like, Stiletto, could you imagine, like, growing up with someone who is so structured, and literally her side of the room is completely organized, and mine is completely in disarray? And not that it would be like that all the time, because I'm messy. I'm not dirty. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah,
right?
She's not dirty.
I'm not dirty.
All her clean clothes everywhere.
And no food, you know what I'm saying? But she's super organized. So you can imagine going against the grain in a household like that. Or could you imagine?
Yeah.
You seem like you kind of the super organized type too.
Yeah. So I would definitely say organization and
You said you are?
Sorry,
No.
You said you're not?
No.
See, I think it's having boys. I think it's having boys and being and like being a mommy, and then also being very goal oriented. Not to say that you aren't, but I have multiple. Like she can hone in on something and focus in on something, and still be working on multiple projects. Like she'll clean, and when she's cleaning the kitchen only, and then she cleans her living room only, and then she focuses on me. I'm in every other room cleaning. I start in the washroom, but then I realize I gotta take clothes from the washing machine to my right. I'm zoom, and that's how my projects work as well. Like I'm that.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that's the total opposite.
So I feel okay. So Stiletto's a little like me. I think it might be that because we do a lot of multiple.
This way and that way, wherever I go, like I'm walking in different rooms, picking up stuff. I can't just focus in one room and do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah, with me, I'll be in the kitchen, but I'm focusing on the sink. Okay, sink is done. Focusing on the stove. So I even break my segments down.
Breaks her. I can't do that. I used to get in trouble for vacuuming up in weird directions and not vacuuming up and down. But anyway, so we were talking about growth, and you were telling us that organization was one of the key things that you would recommend. Is there anything else? Because I feel like we're also missing a key factor. Cha-ching!
Oh yeah. So just to let y'all know, like starting my manufacturing, which is what I do, sauce manufacturing. Starting that didn't just come. I didn't have like a bunch of money started out with, and I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs don't have a bunch of money, and sometimes people get discouraged. They lose that inner entrepreneur because they feel like they don't have any money. So what I did was when Trump blessed me with his Trump stimulus first check, cha-ching, okay. When he blessed me with that first check, I said, bam, I'm about to get my labels done. I'm about to get my website up. Done.
So you stimulated your dream.
I stimulated that dream. I went ahead and paid off paid off a little bit of debt, got my credit score up, bam, got 2 or 3 cards. If I'm about to do free and no interest for 1 year bet, I'm about to put this to work. So what you did was you took the stimulus check, the free money that was also given, because I want y'all to really realize it's not really free money, it's tax money. Oh yes, tax money.
Because I got taxed. They taxed my ass for that shit. When I did my taxes this past time, I had to pay that $1,200. I would have been $1,200 richer had I not took that damn loan that they forced on me. But anyway, she took that and she was smart, which a lot of us don't do that. We look at credit as something that you just want to buy something off and actually pay it off. We don't look at credit as an investment. Credit is actually a really good investment to take on. And Navy Credit Union has something really going on with credit cards right now. So I definitely check that out and invest in your business, something that is going to make money back for you. Because that's pretty much what you did. Yeah. You used free money to make money back for yourself in order to pay yourself. So technically, you invested in yourself. Yes. So you have to look at it like that. So go ahead. We're twins, but we're not twins. Okay, she's older, just FYI, because everybody always thinks I look older. Whatever. It's the one. It's the one. Okay, so is there anything else that you would add outside of using credit or free money to help invest in yourself, making sure that you're organized, and also honing in, so focusing?
Oh yeah, you gotta focus. And a lot of times it's gonna, for me, I have a product. So I had to let go of that idea that I had to give away free samples. So give as much samples. People can need to sample your product, especially when you're a new brand coming out there. You don't necessarily have brand recognition right away. So giving out samples to even strangers. And I'm a very shy person. So getting over the step of saying, hi, do you want to try one of my sauces?
Even her being on
try this, it's great. You'll love it. I guarantee you, here's my card, call me. And always making sure that your material and the marketing material that you're working with is correct. Not just a sheet of paper, not your phone number, but you still have to have material. You have to keep up with marketing. And I'm not that great on Instagram.
But you post and you do a great job at it.
Yeah. Okay. So and just networking. Those aren't my strong suits. So trust me when I tell you, if I can go out there and network
and get out your comfort zone.
Yes, get out your comfort zone.
Okay, so it was great having you on. how can everyone find your product? How can everyone find you? Because my DJ, I want to make sure she can at least exit us out real quick. If you can give us 3 minutes of your time, I know that you in a rush, but how can they find you? How can they find your product? Let us know everything.
Okay, well, you can go on my website, which is bonafidesauces.com. You can also find me on Instagram at bonafide sauces, as well as my products are in 5 stores locally. Brackish Waters,
Brackish,
right here.
and that's where hold on, wait, and Cincy Sweet.
Brackish Waters.
Wait, make sure I shut it back. Okay, Cincy Sweet is also at Brackish Waters. So shout out to Brackish Waters.
Brackish Waters National Harbor, as well as Echo, that's the international store in Landover. We have Greenbelt Co-op, Tacoma Park Co-op, and Good Food Stores in Northeast Washington, D.C., and more to come. So just keep up with me on Instagram or my website, and you'll see it there. I'm also going to be in Panama at the end of the year. I just got the information like 2 seconds ago. Myself and Patricia Miranda is going to be with Serrera Brojo Gourmet. And we're going to be doing some sampling in Panama. So Bonafide Sauces going international.
That health clinic, Auntie Lorraine is lit. I love it.
I love it. She just texted me and said she confirmed everything.
So thank you, everyone. I appreciate you for being on. And this is amazing. I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. Again, I'm one of your biggest fans, and you're one of my biggest inspirations. And I really appreciate that. This ain't fluff, because I told her this before.
Yeah, she came
on here, okay? So it's not fluff. This is genuine. I can look me up on Magical AF Podcast. Yes, look me up on there. Cincy Sweet, got Cincy. This is how you spell it. Sweet as in luxury, because eating healthy and appreciating nature's flower is a luxury, and we need to treat our bodies like it's royalty, hence the sweet, okay? So DJ Stiletto, go ahead and give us a little tiny bit.
One more thing, I'm so sorry. You can go on the website on the 27th and the 28th on my website, and then you can order free samples. This is sponsored by Tacoma Park Silver Spring Co-op.
Yep, 27, 28 free samples on Bonafide Sauces. We appreciate that. Stiletto, tell us where they can find you, and then we're going to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all already know you can find me at DJ STYLETTO, DJ Stiletto on all platforms. You know what it is. Make sure you go and download my new mix, Dinner and Dessert, on SoundCloud.
Yes, taking in dessert.
Thank you. Make sure you put some Bonafide sauces in your Scentsy Sweets, baby, because I'm gonna get all mine. T, big up yourself. We gonna see y'all next week.
Really quickly, I forgot. Don't forget to check us out on iHeartRadio, 7 on Demand, on Roku. Don't forget to follow us on Studio 202, our Illustrate Radio Bliss FM page. We appreciate y'all, and we are out of here. Women Crush Wednesdays.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Like this. I got my sisters in the building. We want to thank you, Bonafide Sauces, for coming in. That was amazing. Make sure y'all check her out and follow her and get all the amazing sauces and possibly samples you can. Cincy Sweet Lucky, you're amazing. T, big up yourself. Good night.